Hey everyone, Crazy Jimmy here. You are not going to believe what I just did. I just filmed what I thought was an entire video, but it wasn't. It ended up just being a nothing burger, so I just spent 30 minutes talking to my phone for nothing. So what a colossal waste of time. I apologize, but sorry for the delay with videos. I've been delayed because my video on my phone is a mess. It's really bad when I try to use the when I flip it so I can actually see myself. So today I'm actually talking to the video where I can't see myself and I have a mirror behind, so I'm looking into a mirror. So it's a lot clearer for you. I'm sure you're happier that, it's better that way. But if I'm looking off into the ether, that's because I need to be looking at it like this, and it's hard to. I'm looking at a mirror as well at the same time. Maybe I can move the mirror over a little. Let's see. But anyways, let's see if that works. Yeah, that's a little better. But anyways, let's get rolling. I hope this is actually recording. Let me see if it is. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it is. I can't believe I just did a whole 30-minute video for nothing. But anyways, let's get rolling into the video. So this is going to be... I'm going to go a little deeper into some of these. It's going to be about 10 albums. And I'm going to try to go a little deeper because I've been just super impressed with some of these that I just got. A couple of them I got like a month or two ago, and one or two might have been in a different video, but I didn't really go deep in. So let's get started. First one I'm going to talk about is Dave Steerman. I think I did show this in the past, but I got to listening to it again, and I just was so utterly blown away by it. The second time I listened to it all the way through, so I had to get 2 copies, which is crazy. That's why I'm Crazy Jimmy. But yeah, Dave Steerman, man, I'm going to show you the one. I'll pull the one out of that's not in the shrink. Oh, of course, I opened the one that is in the shrink. But here's the record label. This is killer Christian folk, Christian acid folk, but the lyrics are not. They're not. I mean, first of all, I don't listen to lyrics a whole lot to begin with, but the lyrics are not overly Christian. So I certainly can deal with it for sure, because the melodies are just so incredible. Only 1,000 pressed. This was recorded in 1973, pressed in 1973. Loner folk, some full band action, very mystical Psych. Reminds me of like really killer Donovan, and Carole King with male vocals. If you can, kind of like I guess Todd Rundgren's balladry. There's a song in here, a piano ballad, that reminds me very much of like a Carole King, Todd Rundgren ballad from the early 70s. And then Donovan's finger-picking, Donovan's like when he goes raga as well. There's a song on here called Messiah that just will blow you away. It's a raga track, and I was just shocked how good this is and how cheap. I mean, I think... this first one I got a long time ago, I think I paid like $20. And this one I paid $11 for in the shrink. But I know they're going up in price, and my intention is not to make them go through the roof. But to me, this is a $300 record. It just is. It's something that I would, if I had the money laying around, I'd spend $300 on it. It's really that good. But David Steerman, 1973. Don't put this in your want list. If it pops up, get it. Don't, and spare no expense on it. It's worth it. I'm telling you, I promise you, it's worth it. All right, next up, I'm gonna have to go backwards here. Is Maine? Maine's only Bill Stone. Let me get this out of here. So Bill Stone pressed his only album. They call this a micro press. Only 175 exist or pressed. I know it's a weird number. There's the cover. Very DIY. Here's the back. A native of Maine, I think Portland, Maine. In this particular original Omni pressing was found and unearthed in Maine. I live near Maine. and I was lucky enough to score it. So here it is, the Omni label. Whoop. But yeah, this is just incredible. From 1969, reminds me of like Velvet Underground's third album, the more ballads. Mark Fry, if you haven't heard of Mark Fry, he released this uber cult classic from like I think 1970 or 71, only pressed in Italy if I remember correctly. And just this mystical acid folk album by Mark Fry. And then Leonard Cohen, but the vocals aren't the same. His vocals aren't as low. Side one, go to YouTube, check out Here I Am, Purple and Fog. You'll go, oh jeez, Jim, that's so good. Put it in your want list and let it fly. Totally worth it. Yeah, it's not cheap. It's not going to be cheap when it does pop up. Because, there's only 175 of them floating around. And I don't think... It might have been repressed, actually. Maybe Numero Group or someone. I didn't check, but if it was repressed and you want to go get the repressed, great. But I would recommend getting the original if it pops up. But highly recommend Bill Stone, and it's the name of the album is Stone. All right. Next up, this was a massive grail of mine. Sorry, I'm gonna make sure it doesn't go away. Art Loun. This is Piper Oz the Hound from 1976. Check that out. This is on United Music World Records. Art is just an amazing vocalist. This was recorded phenomenally. He had access to some incredible. By the way, there's the Hound. That's Piper Oz, and I guess the story goes that the dog could play the flute or something. I don't know, but who knows? But some really great, and Art drew that. That's his dog. But yeah, Jerry Dooley, Luke Watts, Donnie Miller, Tony Smith, Luke Watts on steel, Art Loun on piano and rhythm guitar. Art was a Beatles obsessive, so the tracks on here definitely have this Beatlesque lacing through them. But several of them are like country rock, cosmic country, country folk, country pop, whatever you want to call it. It's a private pressing to die for. I don't know if it's in the archives, but I don't think it is, which is ridiculous. It should be United Music World Records. And so well recorded, so well done for a private pressing. His vocals are just unreal. I think this one's really taken off. The Vinyl Collective has really caught on to this particular album, and probably won't be easy to get at any point. But no repress has been done of it, which blows my mind as well. Numero Group should get a hold of this because it's right up their alley, that type of country, cosmic country. It's just so catchy. Just think of the Beatles and think of adding a little steel guitar in there, and there it is. It's Art Loun. Great. Just phenomenal. All right. Next up, we have a Psych album from the band. T.I.M.E. And that's basically an acronym for Trust in Men Everywhere. This is Smooth Ball. That's the album from 1969. It's their second album. Their first one was more Sgt. Pepper-esque Psych from 1968. And I have that one somewhere around here, but I'm showing you this one today. This is a little harder Psych. There's more heavier guitar leads in this one. Still has that same kind of floaty Beatles, dreamy, hazy Beatles sound on some of the songs, but there's some songs that are a little longer with this incredible acid leads to it and acid guitar. So if you like that type of Psych, you'll be all over this. I mean, the cover's fantastic. It's a gatefold cover. It's in the shrink, so I'm not going to pull it out, but it's on Liberty Records, 1969, and features Larry Byram from Steppenwolf. but the music doesn't sound like Steppenwolf, so don't worry. But yeah, T.I.M.E. Smoothball. All right, next up, we have a rock opera private pressing by the band. Here Comes Everybody, 1974. And there's the cover. Really cool cover. Let me pull this out. This is, you know, if you love Mott the Hoople and Bowie and T-Rex and David Werner's another touch point. Maybe some early Cockney Rebel. You'll love this. You'll love this. It's a great private pressing glam rock opera. It's a glam opera, call it. 1974. Just this phenomenal cover. You know, for private pressing, I was blown away. It's like, wow, is that Mott the Hoople? No. Here's the label. I love Mott the Hoople, by the way. So, yeah, there's some really good songs on here. You know, and by the way, if you haven't heard of David Werner, you should check his stuff out from the 70s. You know, all that stuff's really good. And so is Here Comes Everybody from 1974. This is really good cheap heat. I don't think this is in the Acid Archive. You know what? It might be in the Acid Archives, actually, now that I think of it. But it's not going to break the bank. I think you can get it for around $25 to $30 these days. I think a couple grand were pressed, couple thousand. Well, there you go. Next up, this one really surprised me how good it is. And now I have duplicates because it's so good. But I'm sure you all know this, but if you didn't, I'm going to tell you. I'm a huge 70s like AM Gold. I used to listen to AM radio back in the 70s. Love the AM Gold. Love the K-Tel records. I used to get the K-Tel records all the time. And for some reason, this Neil Sedaka album, Laughter in the Rain, is really hard to get in the States. 1974. You know, I bet you none of you have seen this in the record stores. And certainly when you go online, I think I'm the only one selling one from the States. It's crazy. But yeah, this is really killer AM Gold pop. So good. I think you all know the song Laughter in the Rain. It was a massive hit in 1974. But there's so much more on here than Laughter in the Rain. So much more. So if you like that AM Gold pop, don't sleep on this Neil Sedaka album, which was only pressed in the UK, I guess. It blows my mind that this was not pressed in the United States, but it wasn't. Crazy. But yeah, check it out and go, Jim. You say, Jim, I love it. It sounds great. Hit me up. I mean, my copy I'm selling is you look at it, it's like gem mint when you look at it. There's a little bit of static on one of the songs, but other than that, it's just incredible. All right, next up, I have a 7-inch EP. Those of you who know me know that I love my 90s indie rock, my 90s indie pop. You know I love the Elephant Six Collective. Elephant Six Collective, just to remind you all, if you haven't already seen my previous Elephant Six video, is just a collective of musicians who all got together and loved psychedelic music of like Beach Boys, Brian Wilson and Smile and Pet Sounds, and the Beatles. These guys all love that and that type of psych, and they all got together. A lot of them are from like Georgia, but there's some from Colorado, there's some from Georgia, Louisiana. They're from all over, and they call themselves the Elephant Six Collective. And this particular album here, this is a 7-inch EP, was pressed in 2000, written and recorded in 1999. 500 were pressed, hand numbered, with only these felt front covers, red, black, and white. This is the white. 500 were pressed total, and it's just a cool package. Number one, with like artwork from one of the Olivia Tremor Control members. Of course, Black Swan Network features Olivia Tremor Control members. We'll remind you of Olivia Tremor Control and like Circulatory System. But there's some incredible Psych on here, a lot of vibes, some medieval bells, just great vocals, run through processors, just killer 4-track Psych from the Elephant Six Collective Black Swan Network. Great stuff. All right, next up, we got three more killer ones. This one here is Larry Voltz. This one's been on my want list. Now, how I came across even hearing about this, and I'm going to show you the cover in a sec, which is out of this world. I have this big, thick, massive hardcover book about this thick called Enjoy the Experience. It's all about private presses. And this particular album had a full page dedicated to it. Larry Voltz, The Last Rainbow. And the reason I had one dedicated to it was not only the music's great, but the cover is out of this world. There's a young 19-year-old Larry Voltz, just out of high school. And then three mannequins. One mannequin, a child mannequin with a wig, holding a shovel. Larry is there with the book, The Last Rainbow. And this is basically a concept album that Larry wrote lyrics for and the music for on a 4-track in his bedroom at like 18 and 19 years old. Did all the recording and playing pretty much himself. There's a little help on here, but most of it was done by him. Brilliantly recorded, brilliantly sung, brilliant songs that bring to mind a wizard, a true star, Todd Rundgren, in ELO, in a modern day Neon Indian. So have you ever heard the Neon Indian album, their first one? I think it was like Psychic Chasms or something, or Psychedelic Chasms, I don't know, where Neon Indian does a Psych album, but samples like some Doobie Brothers songs and some Rundgren songs. Well, there's some songs on here that sound just like songs off of that, but this is from 81, not from 2011 or 2009, whenever that album came out. But yeah, Rundgren and ELO, Rundgren's like synth work in like 1974, 1975, Rundgren for sure. The song American Dreamer is new wave cosmic country. I mean, it'll just blow you away. It's like, wow, I've never heard anything like this. The song Sitcom is like a souped up Doobie Brothers song. It's so cool. So cool. But look at that cover. It's just so cool. And the lyrics are all about, fallout shelters and nuclear war and, doomsday and commercialism. So, yeah, he was definitely thinking we were, the end of the world was coming. And it was 1980, 81. So, yeah, there's a lot of threats of nuclear war back then. I lived through it. A lot of you lived through it. So, compliments of Larry Voltz. Here's the actual label. I don't think that many were pressed to this. Maybe 500, maybe. But yeah, check it out on YouTube. The music will blow you away. I can't believe how talented this guy is. And this is all he did. This is it. And then bangs. Like there's nothing. Now, he might have some, I don't know if he kept recording. I don't know. But there's no other albums that I could find. Couldn't find much on him. I think he's from Texas. And he recorded it in his bedroom, and I know his mother had to tell him to keep it down at times. So, just crazy. Woo. All right, two more. And one of them is my private press of the month. And that is Kevin Vicalvi's Songs from Down the Hall, private press of the month. Stars On label, 1974, 1,000 were pressed. This is a fold-over cover with lyrics on the other side. Let me show you the back here. I'm not going to pull it out again, and I say again because I already did this video that you can't see because I wasn't recording. But there's the back. You can see long-haired Kev and his buddy who helped him. Worcester native. I don't know if he knew Bob Trimble, but... Kevin talked about how Worcester was not the place or the time to be doing this type of music. This is, folk, acid folk, psych. Not the place or time for that. They all wanted to hear covers, and he wanted to play his original music. So he said when he played clubs, he would, in bars, he would stick his original music in between cover songs, and they wouldn't even notice, which is crazy. But he studied, like, he was enthralled by James Taylor's picking style. He saw him live, watched him intently, learned how to, pick a guitar and play a guitar like James Taylor, which is a huge compliment. The songs were written between 69 and 74 on this. Recorded on a 4-track, transferred to an 8-track, I think like a Scully or Sully, I don't know, Scully, 8-track, he said. Song Rude Awakening reminds me of like a song off of Whole Oats that Daryl Hall would do. His piano ballads were amazing on Whole Oats from 1971. Reminded me of a song Water Wheel a little bit from that album, and then maybe like a piano ballad like Be Nice to Me by Rundgren. So Rude Awakening is kind of similar to that, really great. Lost or Going Home reminds me of a killer Sweet Baby James Taylor song. Side B, every track on Side B is just a masterpiece. This album is just not to be missed. Kevin Vicalvi, Vicalvi, Songs from Down the Hall. It's still available now. It's not going to break the bank right now, but it will soon. It is in the Acid Archives. Once Kevin already sold everything he has, he doesn't. This is an original pressing. I don't think it was repressed, and it's getting hard to come by now. It's still rather inexpensive, so grab it now, because I think this is going to just skyrocket. It really is. It's so good. People are talking about it online like it's the best thing since sliced bread, and I don't think that's what is it? Hyperbole. Here's another one, my last one. Just another incredible private pressing folk album, loner folk, we'll call it. Steve Whiteshirt from 1975. Steve Whiteshirt and his $5 band, even though the $5 band is not listed on here. I'm going to pop this out. This is on the Berkey label. Really killer stuff here. There's some melodies that reminded me of Little Wing by Derek and the Dominoes and is it Hendrix? Little Wing. The beautiful lead guitar melodies similar to that. Like the song High Plains Drifter on side 1. What a bluesy ballad. Just reminded me of Little Wing a little bit. Just such a killer song. Little Wing's a classic. Blue Bandana. On side 1, High Plains Drifter, Blue Bandana, Welling Time, and Spin Around are just all masterpieces. A little bit of Cat Stevens, but better than Cat Stevens, I'll tell you that. Dreamy folk music, if you can imagine that. Side 2 is great too, but side 1 just blew me away on this. Stephen Whiteshirt, his first solo album from 1975. Here's the label if I didn't show it to you. I have his 1978 album, which is also great, which I'll show later another time. I wanted to kind of showcase this one. It's a track on here. The name of it. Where is it? I know I wrote it down. But super daydreamy album for sure. Not to be missed. And I don't think this one's going to break the bank right now, but it will at some point. This one is not in the Acid Archives, which I'm like, why not? I mean, I guess not everything can be in there, right? But certainly is deserving of being in there. Certainly something they would have in there, for sure. Definitely some acid going on here. But more folk, loner folk than anything, but so good. And he's got the $5 band with him, so I guess he's not that lonely. Not that loner. But hey, this one recorded, so good thing. Sorry for the delay. If this works, I don't see any fog, so this is great. I'm going to use this mirror and just use the other side of the video, because my video when I flip and where I can see myself is done. It's broken. It's foggy. It's hazy. It's fishbowled. This looks a lot better. But please share, please like, subscribe, pass the word on, check the music out, and comment. I'll have more to follow real soon. Really appreciate you watching.